Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, what's up? My name is vianney.strick. Thank you so much for being here. As you guys can see by the title, today we're going to be doing a full face of makeup with makeup $10 and under. This is not just random makeup that's $10 and under. These are all a lot of products that I personally really love that just happen to also be $10 and order. $10 and under. So I really hope that this video is helpful for you guys. I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you do enjoy this video, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel to join my squad. Let's get into it. Okay, so let's get into the video. I am so excited because BK Beauty is kindly sponsoring this video. Thank you so much to BK Beauty. If you guys watch my channel, you know that it is such a dream come true to even be working with them because I love BK Beauty brushes. So I'm here to give you guys a friendly reminder that the sale that they're having is still going on until July 8th. They're having 20% off select brush sets here on YouTube Shopping. So the brush sets that are going to be on sale is the NIKKI La Rose Pro Series brush set. I absolutely love this one. As well as the ANGIE Hot and Flashy brush set. This one is truly iconic. And last but not least, we also have the ANGIE Hot and Flashy travel set that also comes with a travel bag. If you have never tried BK Beauty brushes, you're truly missing out. They are such beautiful brushes. They're super luxurious. They're very multi-use. They feel so soft. I honestly haven't stopped using them since I tried them out for the first time, and now they're available for 20% off. All you have to do is use this code YT20. I will of course link all the brush sets that I'll be using in this video down below here on YouTube Shopping, as well as the singular brushes that I'll be using. And all these sets all come with so many different brushes that you can use, and of course the travel set also comes with a bag. I am obsessed, you guys already know this, and of course in this video, while we talk about all the rest of the makeup, I will be showing you guys these babies in action to show you guys what they can do. So thanks again to BK Beauty for sponsoring this video, and don't forget to go ahead and use this code and go shopping and thank me later. Alrighty guys, so let's get into it. So for primer, I actually wanted to bring out not an oldie, but not a newie, but like a recenty. We're actually gonna start out with the e.l.f. Putty Primer, but this is like the newest putty primer release because it is a liquid primer. We are gonna be using more of like a glowy skin tint, so I kind of wanted to use this to really make the skin look a little bit more like, you know, soft focus. I actually prefer this over the regular putty primer because first of all, it's just so much easier to like grab product, and as you guys can see, it is like a creamy, liquidy formula. It's such a beautiful consistency. It's not gonna be like super matte and poreless. It's gonna give you more of like a soft focus on the skin. It's not gonna dry your skin out, and it honestly just looks so beautiful on the skin. I know everybody is into like a super glowy primer, super glowy everything, but you know what? You know that this girl likes to be glowy in all the right places, but I also want to be soft focus in all the right places. So obviously like e.l.f. Cosmetics just has a lot of products that are $10 and under. I purposely tried to make this video not only e.l.f. or Essence or anything like that. I do have a really good mixture of different brands, but this primer is just so beautiful, and it's at the $10 mark, and I think that it just works pretty much for everybody because again, it's not going to dry your skin out, it's not going to make your skin dewy, it's just going to give your skin like a nice little canvas to apply product on that looks very refined and soft focus. How many times have I said soft focus? I have talked about this a lot on like Instagram and TikTok, but I don't know if I've talked about this on YouTube yet, but this is really good. It's only $8 and it's brand new from Wet n Wild. It's the Wet n Wild Bare Focus Niacinamide Skin Tint, and it is just such a beautiful complexion product. I do have the shade medium. It is like a very liquidy, and it does have a little dropper. I personally think with this, the less product you use, the prettier it looks. So let me go ahead and show you guys. And just remember, we are matching the body. Obviously, I'm a lot tanner on my body than my face. I am wearing white and it is freaking me out. What I'm gonna do is actually like dot it all over the face. See how I really didn't use that much product? It actually has a pretty good amount of coverage. It has like a medium coverage. To blend out the foundation, we're gonna be using the BK Beauty A101. This is like the travel size version. That's why it's a little bit smaller, but it's just like the perfect size, the perfect density, and it's super soft, and it really keeps that coverage while also blending out your foundation or whatever you're putting on really easily. And see how beautiful that skin tint is just melting onto the skin. I really like the finish of it because it is, you know, it's a little glowy, but I would say it's definitely more of like a natural glow, like a natural finish. Like it is glowy, but it's not heavy or greasy or overly dewy or, you know, too balmy. I've been wearing this in the hot Houston weather, and it wears so nicely. And again, if you just go in with like a very light layer, it just looks so like skin-like, and it does provide like a really good amount of coverage. I actually bought this on Amazon, and I don't know, because it's only $8, and I feel like Wet n Wild hasn't come out with a lot of like products lately, I wasn't sure what to expect, but this skin tint is truly so beautiful, and it's so inexpensive, and I highly recommend it. If you watch my channel a lot, I know you already know about this. I know that you know that I know, but it's such a good find. It needed a place in this video. I think it actually inspired this video, but this little $8 face palette is so nice. This is the Catrice Magic Shaper Face Cream Palette, and I think it's beautiful. I could not believe it was only $8. The shades are super pigmented. It has bronzer, contour, blushes, highlighters, everything you need, and it's creamy, buildable, pigmented, literally everything you need. So I'm actually gonna grab the bronzer with my finger, and I'm gonna dot it all over my face first, and then we'll blend it out. Just because the pans are actually kind of small, but they are mighty because they are pigmented. I'm gonna blend it out with the ANGIE Hot and Flashy A507. You guys know I love this brush for foundation, but I've been also just loving it for everything else. And see how easily that blended? Like when you first apply it, you're like, wait, that is very pigmented, but it's like a very thin pigmented formula, and you can, you know, build it up, and it's beautiful. If you prefer something that's like very pigmented but not overly balmy, not overly dewy, kind of like the perfect in-between, natural finish, I think you're really gonna like this. Obviously the face palette, you know, might not work for everyone's complexions, but if it works for you, I say get it because it's honestly so nice. I actually also got this on Amazon. I don't really know what stores they sell Catrice at. I know they used to sell it at Ulta, and they don't anymore, but I mean, everybody shops on Amazon, so I will be, of course, linking all these products down below. So in this video, I'm not gonna be showing you guys the blushes, or maybe I will later on, but I do want to show you guys like other blushes as well. I'm using this video as an opportunity to show you guys just a bunch of amazing products that are $10 and under, so I will be kind of trying to compile a lot of products in here. Okay, so for concealer, we're using my holy grail, and it just so happens to be $10. It is the concealer from Kokie Cosmetics. It is the Full Cover Concealer by Kokie Cosmetics, and again, I always tell you guys the writing is off because I use it so much, but today I'm going to be using the shade Medium Beige. This, if you want full coverage, this is the one for you. Like I mentioned before, this concealer is like very full coverage. It's not hydrating, but it's not drying, so if you do have like super dry under eyes, maybe this is not the best for you, but I do have dry skin, and honestly, it wears fine. I just don't want you guys to think that it's like hydrating, but just know that it is super full coverage without being like super drying or cakey, and a little bit goes a long way. I'm gonna be using the ANGIE Hot and Flashy. This is a TA506. So this is like their viral A506, but it is the tiny one because it's from the travel set. Just watch how beautiful it really blends out the concealer so quickly. As you guys can see, that concealer just took us from skin tint to full glam. But honestly, that's like my favorite thing to do. I don't like wearing a lot of like product on my skin, and so I love starting out with like a foundation or a skin tint that is more of a medium coverage, lightweight, and then I like to add that coverage with the concealer only in the areas that I need, and then that way you look very glam without having to cake on so much makeup. But doesn't this concealer look flawless? Like, I am obsessed. I know I can't stop talking about it, but like, I'm not gonna stop talking about it because I haven't found a concealer that I like more yet. So that's some tea. So next I'm gonna contour my nose with the Catrice Magic Shaper Contour and Glow Stick. I really only use the contour side, and this is in the shade 20 Medium. And I'll just take it straight from the stick and just start doing a little contouring on my nose. I just go like on the sides and then right here, and then I like to kind of snatch the nose out here. I know it looks a little bit crooked, but once you blend it out, it's really nice. They do have like a really pretty cream highlighter. I just don't use that much cream highlighter. As a cream highlight, if you don't want something that's like super heavy or dewy or balmy, then you're probably really gonna like this. But this consistency I really love, especially for the nose contour, just because it's very precise and it won't like spread out too much when you are blending it out. Okay, and my go-to brush to blend out my nose contour always is the ANGIE Hot and Flashy A501. It's like the perfect size and like fluffiness, so you can really get in there and blend it out, but because it's not like overly big, it just kind of blends the perfect amount without doing too much, if that makes any sense. So I'm just going to you know, just kind of blend this out a little bit. I know this isn't a tutorial, but if you ever wanted to know how I contour my nose, this is how. And look, we are snatched. So if you're into very, very pigmented cream blushes, definitely go into this palette. I did want to show you guys a different option because there's a new blush that is just a little bit more subtle, but it's beautiful. So Hard Candy actually came out with the Face Off blush. They already had the Face Off blushes, but they were like a shimmery formula, which that's really pretty as well. But I'll be using this one today just because it's the new formula. It's called the Blurring Blush, and I'm going to be using the shade Hot Shot. Now this is like a gel formula. Again, it's very lightweight. It's a lot more subtle, more buildable, but it looks like a second skin on the skin, which is really why I like it. And to blend it out, you guys already know my favorite cream blush brush is the NIKKI La Rose N17. It's just like the perfect size, perfect, just tap, tap, tap. I love it. See how it's just really, really blending out? Like I mentioned, more subtle, but you can absolutely build it up. And obviously this is like a very bright shade, so don't be afraid of it. But they call it a blurring blush. I think it's more of like a natural finish blush. Like, see how it's like still giving me a little bit more of like a natural finish. I will say it, once you like set it with powder, it looks absolutely stunning. I mean, it looks stunning like that as well. I really do like this, and the only thing is like I mentioned, I don't think it's like necessarily blurring. I just think it's very lightweight and it doesn't emphasize any skin texture or anything like that. So maybe that's why it's called blurring. I just think it's like super lightweight on the skin. It's gonna give you like the perfect amount of flush, and even after you set it with powder, it does like still show through. So we're gonna set the face with the Maybelline Fit Me powder. This is the translucent shade. I used the loose version for the longest time, and I still love that powder. For the under eyes though, I just love a pressed powder, to be honest. Like, I just think that's just the best way to go, so that's what we're going to be using today. And to set the under eyes, I'm going to be using the NIKKI La Rose N14. This is a really beautiful brush to like add the concealer and also blend it out, just like that other brush, but it's also fluffy enough to really set that powder in there and make sure you don't get any creases. It's a really nice brush, and again, very multi-use. Okay, so today we're actually going to double bronze and double blush because, again, I'm just trying to give you guys options because there are so many products that I think are great that are $10 or under. Again, I know that you know that I know, but these videos for me are so important. I know that there's some products that I use a lot in videos, but when it comes to my $10 and under, if this is my holy grail and it's $10 and under, I have to put it in this video. You guys know I am obsessed with the e.l.f. Primer Infused Primer in the shade Catching Rays. It is just stunning, and we're going to be using it to bronze today, but we're also going to be using a glowy blush on top. No, a glowy bronzer. We're going to double bronze and double blush. For the double bronzer and the double blush, we are going to be using this to apply it. This is the ANGIE Hot and Flashy A507. Again, this is the travel size. This brush is just, this is not perfection for the cheeks, for the forehead, for the temples. This bronzer is more of like a buildable medium coverage type of bronzer, and I love it because it's one of those bronzers that is matte, but it's not flat. It just melts onto the skin. I don't know what they did in this formula. Maybe it's the primer infused situation, but it is just one of the most beautiful powder bronzers I've ever tried. Not just like from the drugstore. It is just such a second skin type of bronzer. They came out with a bunch of new shades. I know that this product has been out for years, but they finally expanded the shade range maybe a couple months ago, and I am obsessed with the blushes as well as the bronzer. I have been using this every single day since it came out, and it looks like I haven't touched it. So even though it's only $10, you're getting your money's worth because it honestly lasts forever. Okay, and now to finish the double bronzing, I did want to put this in this video because I know these have been going viral and they're honestly stunning. These are the NYX Buttermelt Bronzer. I have the shade Deserve Butter. It's like a nice satin finish. It does have a little bit of glow to it, but I wouldn't describe it as like a shimmery bronzer. But I love this as like a top off to really add a little bit of like subtle glow from within. And so I love mixing like a matte bronzer with this type of bronzer just to kind of dust it from the top, and you're just going to be glowing. And I'm just kind of tapping it on. Again, very pigmented, so you don't want to do too much or it will look kind of splotchy. But see how it's just adding the most subtle type of like highlight? Like for me, this is a highlight. I know it's not for a lot of people, but it just really adds like a lot of life to the skin without having to use like super shimmery products that are only gonna like emphasize texture or acne or anything like that. Like see how this side is just like ready to go to the beach? This side, she's cute. She's ready for the office. She's ready for the beach. So it just depends on the look you're going for, but I think that they're just a really nice formula. And of course, they also came out with blushes. So, you know, not to spoil the double blush, but we are gonna be using the primer infused e.l.f. blushes as well as the NYX, you know, butter blushes. All right, so moving on to the e.l.f. primer infused blush. This one's in the shade Always Fresh. This is gonna be like your corally type of shade. Really, really pretty. Again, I'm using the same brush and I'm just gonna pop it on the cheeks. Even though we already have a little bit of cream blush, you know, it's a little bit subtle, but she's cute. But you guys know I love a lot of blush. Just a really, really nice formula. Again, just really blurring. I just love these like powder products. And then to top it off, we are going to be doing this one. Now, the NYX Buttermelt blushes, they did come out with two different formulas. One is like more shimmery, and then the other one is like the regular, less shimmery formula. I personally prefer the OG formula. I'm going to use the shade Had Butter. This shade looks scary, but you shall not fear this shade. I will show you guys. This shade I love because anytime you want to make any makeup look like just more warm tone, I know it's like a straight up orange shade, but it really just turns into the most beautiful summery orangey shade that's not, you know, it doesn't really look pink and it doesn't look brown. It's like an actual orange, and I personally think it looks beautiful on the cheeks, again, especially for summer. I'm obsessed with summer. Okay, so let's quickly do the brows. You guys know I'm obsessed. I can't stop talking about it. The e.l.f. Instant Lift Waterproof Brow Pencil in Auburn. It's a couple bucks and it's just really pigmented and it's waterproof and it's great. I love it. Definitely don't want to spend too much time on this because I know you guys hear me talking about it all the time. Obviously, it's not like a very precise product, but I just think it fills in my eyebrows so quickly. It's super pigmented, it lasts all day, and it's just easy and affordable, of course. All right, and to set the brows, we're gonna be using the new e.l.f. Brow Laminating Gel. As most of you guys know, if I've already talked about it, it's only $8. This brow gel will put your brows in place instantly. I don't even think I need to use the comb side, but if you do want more like a laminated look, definitely use the comb side to like stick it to your face. But I just like it because it like kind of just brings my eyebrows up a little bit, and again, it dries quickly, and then once it dries, it doesn't move. With the amount of strength that this brow gel has, I don't think it's like that stiff. Obviously, you're gonna get a little bit of stiffness with any brow gel that has like a medium to strong hold. I would say this has a pretty strong hold, but it doesn't create too thick of a cast like over your brows to where like they are like hard as a rock. A lot of you guys have asked me if there's any like flakes or white residue like once it dries, and there isn't. So I am very impressed with this. Honestly, like everything e.l.f. does, they've just been killing it. Now let's move over to eyeshadow. So I didn't want to just think of an eyeshadow palette that was $10 and under that I haven't talked about, that blah, blah, blah. And so we're actually going to be doing something very interesting. I'm going to be using some bronzer on my eyelids, and then I'm going to show you guys a single shadow that is stunning, that comes in so many different shades, and they're $6. And to do that, I'll be using the ANGIE Hot and Flashy A503. It's like a really beautiful medium-sized blending brush. And as you guys can see, I am bringing in the bronzer even in here, because we're gonna do a two-step smoky eye. You heard that right. And we're only gonna be using bronzer and one eyeshadow. I'm actually gonna go into the primer infused bronzer in a deeper shade. This is the shade Fresh Tan. And I'm just going to layer that just to give it a little bit more of a smokier vibe. I'm gonna add the darker bronzer at the bottom lash line, and you guys know how obsessed I am with this tiny little fluffy brush. This is the ANGIE Hot and Flashy A504. The tiniest but mightiest brush ever. You need a brush like this more than you think, and I use this for everything, even for like a nose contour, literally anything. I'm just putting this from inner to outer, just to create, again, a little bit of a smoky vibe. I'm done making you wait. This is what we're using. This is $6. This is from Moira Beauty. It's their Chroma Light Shadows. This one's in the shade How Charming. They have so many shades. Such a good formula. It's so inexpensive. And let me just show you guys how it looks on the eyelid. Do we see this? We didn't even use eyeshadow primer, glitter primer. All you need is your finger. And it is just the most beautiful shimmer shadows, super easy to use, and it just creates the look that we want. It's just so easy. Again, they have so many different shades, and I personally think that these shadows are like the easiest way to really elevate a look. And then going back in with the A503, I'm just going to kind of diffuse the edges, but that is literally all you need to do, and it looks fantastic. I mean, we are ready to go out. One of my favorite eyeliners of all time is from Essence. It is the Essence Stay and Play Gel Liner. It is long lasting, it's waterproof, it's creamy, it's pigmented, it's literally everything you need, and it's so inexpensive, and they have so many different shades. I literally use this every single day. I'm gonna go ahead and apply it to the NIKKI LaRose N11 to do the tiniest little smudge liner, just to add a little bit of more like drama to the lash line so that we can prepare for mascara. And by the way, I'm just using the black shade. It's called Black Raven 01. You guys know I don't love using a bunch of like liquid liner or anything like that, but I do like having a little bit of darkness on the lash line just to make my lashes look a little bit thicker. For mascara, I'm super excited to show you guys this. I don't know if I've talked about it in my videos yet, but it's also from Wet n Wild. It's called the So Defined Mascara. It's super inexpensive and it's really nice. It has like a really big silicone brush, and it kind of reminds me a lot of the Benefit Roller Lash, but it actually gives more volume than the Roller Lash, but it really coats your lashes and like defines them really nicely. This mascara definitely surprised me. The first coat is gonna give you like a nice curl, nice definition, really nice separation, and then of course that second coat is gonna give you that volume and that drama. I know it's kind of hard to see the lashes because we do have a smoky eye, but hopefully you guys can tell that this mascara is really nice and it's under $10. And honestly, I feel like nowadays, like almost all drugstore mascaras are over $10. If anything, they're like $15. Okay, so I did 2 coats, and see how beautiful this mascara. It's really gonna give you a lot of curl, maybe not the most length, but it gives you volume, separation, definition, and curl, and I think it's beautiful. And again, I think it's like $8 or like $6. I mean, it's down there. So for highlighter, today we're going to be using the Essence The Highlighter. I have the shade O2 Sun Showers. I'm actually going to be using the other side of the NIKKI LaRose N17. Again, it has 2 sides, and so I love using this side for cream, but I love using this side for powder, so I'm going to be using a little bit on the cheeks as well as the inner corner. I'm going to grab a little bit and put a little bit on the cheek because, again, it is summer. You guys know I don't put too much highlighter on, but this I think is just so beautiful because it really does add a really good amount of glow, but I don't feel like it's like too frosty. It looks beautiful from the front as well from the side. It's very inexpensive. Honestly, Essence makes such beautiful highlighters, and I just think it's like the perfect, like, yes, you are definitely glowing, but your texture is not going to be like super emphasized, and it really does melt onto the skin. Then while we're here with my finger, I'm going to do the tip of my nose as well as the bridge, just a little bit, just to add some glow, and then I'm really gonna pack it on for my inner corner highlight just to add a little bit of glow in there as well. To set the face, we're going to be using the LA Girl setting spray. This is a fix and set makeup spray. I really like this because it's like very hydrating, but it's not going to be dewy, so it really does melt everything together without making your skin look dewy or greasy or anything like that. Oh my gosh, I forgot how good this smells. They also have a primer spray that's really nice. See how like my skin doesn't look like super dewy? It just looks like everything got melted together. It's not drying, it's not greasy, and it just kind of, you know, it just kind of makes the makeup become one with the skin. So to finish off this look, we're going to be doing lips. And again, you know, if you watch all my videos, I am so sorry if you are sick of and tired of hearing of this lip combo, but this, again, these 2 products deserve a spot in this video because they are so good and I would pay more than $10 for them. You guys already know what's coming. The Maybelline Lifter Liner, the best formula right now in the market if you're looking for a creamy, pigmented, long-lasting lip liner. It does dry down, so work quickly, but it lasts all day. To me, it's a high-end formula. Like, I would pay $20 for this lip liner, so that's why it had to be in this video, and I'm using the shade On It. And this shade is the cool tone shade of my dreams. Like, truly goes with anything. But you guys, if you watch my channel a lot, you know what's coming. The new e.l.f. Sun Boss Glosses SPF 25. I've been using this every single day since I bought it. They do have a couple different shades. I'm using the shade Pink Me Girl, and it is a medium pigmentation, creamy, shiny, beautiful on the lips, but it also has SPF 25, and I wore this on the beach every single day and my lips did not get burnt or chapped. And of course, these two lip products I personally think is like the perfect lip combo. Okay, so here is what the makeup looks like. I am obsessed. I mean, would you look at this makeup and think that I only use products $10 and under? I'm telling you guys, all these makeup products are super nice, super high quality, and I highly recommend them. Thanks again to BK Beauty for sponsoring this video. Don't forget to shop the sale, guys, before it ends on July 8th. Again, here's the coupon code. I will tag every single thing on YouTube shopping. And so yeah, I hope that you guys enjoy the brushes as much as I do. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!